now this is the table of content which we will be figuring it out. As I said that today we will not be going to discuss anything much, so we will be only covering this four parts. Those are like introduction to Python, key features of Python, future of Python, and why choose Python 3. Okay, as you all know, like we are having the versions in Python, which is very important, unlike any other languages that we are having. Okay, so like we are having the Java. So whenever the new version comes up, now it is having everything of previous version and it is supported also. But that is not the thing case with the Python. So we have to be very specific to we have to ask this question whenever we are going to work with Python, that which version you are using. So like whenever we work in a team, right? So in a team there will be multiple people. So whenever we are going and getting going to give the team efforts and all, so we have to work on the same version of this Python in our system. This is clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So version is very important in Python. So we will see what is the changes that happened from Python 2 to Python 3, and we will be discussing that part.
So,
From next class, yeah, sure.
sorry. Is this version related to the upgrade system
Yes,
or
yes.
okay?
Upgrade. Whenever we say version, na, so it's like like in programming field, or in, you can say in software field, uh, we are keep on improving our products. Hmm? So whatever we develop based on the understanding, based on the scenarios and the requirements, we develop something, and with the time, as new requirements comes up, as new loopholes are figured out, so we are continuously making the updates in the scriptings or the codes that we are having, so that we bring up as a version. Hmm? So currently, when I'm saying we are having Python 3, so it means we are having 3 point, then there are multiple versions. Okay, so that is the thing. So when we are saying Python 3, so currently Python 3 version is going on. Point whatever the new keeps on adding addition is happening now. So those points and things will be coming up. So you can see, you can check on Google. Whenever you go for downloading the Python, you can see a lot of versions are there. So from there, even we can even take the latest one, or we can take the recommended one, because in latest sometime it is not stable. So but still they put it to be downloaded, so that we can get to know that when they can get to know if there is some problem is happening. If people will face some problem, they will put the things to the support, and that's how they make the improvements and make it stable. So those things happens. I'll show you, don't worry, that whenever we are going to install, download, and this do the setup now, we will show you that. I will show you that actually. So let's move to the next part, and please be very comfortable. You can ask me questions, you can ask, stop me, or you can uh, uh, even you can ping me anytime for this. Okay, so that I will be available, and whenever the hands-on will start now, that time uh, a lot of problems you can go through, so just list it down, and we can discuss those things in our classes. Okay, so let's start with our introduction to Python. So Python is basically, see, there are na keywords that we use. So here, if you see, there is a high level, there is a interpreted. Okay, so these are the keywords in software field. So when we say Python is a high level language, so we are basically having two types of languages. Okay, so let me open a notepad. So when we are saying na low level language, okay, so we are basically talking about binary languages. So although we will not go deep into this, there are multiple types of things that we need to discuss. Okay, but first we will be focusing mainly on completing the course. Once the course is getting completed, now we can see if there are there are some sections where we need to go in depth and all to understand it properly. We can take that after the session is completed or after the course is completed. Okay, but first let's learn all the important concepts of Python in this duration. Okay, so when we talk about low level languages now, so we are having this binary language which is comprised of just two digits. Okay, so how the computers understands a language is like whenever there is a zero, so it is a low voltage. Okay, and whenever there is one, it is basically a high voltage. So that's it. This is what a computer understand, because that's a machine. Okay, but how we will be getting, like, we are writing in English languages, right? We are using the alphabets of English and describing the things like programming and all. So how they are understanding? So here comes a few keywords that defines this. Okay, so first, when we say high level language, okay, so this is also called as machine language. Okay, so when we say high level language, so here comes up that a language that doesn't depend on the machine it is getting machine on which it is getting executed. Okay, so whenever we say this, see, here in low level language we are having this binary forms. Okay, so there machine dependency is required because it will understand that only. But here in high level languages, it is not like machine dependent. Okay, so we can run it in on any machine. So it's like platform independent kind of thing. So once we have developed by using any programming languages, okay, so after that we can go and execute them on any machines. So it will not be having any dependencies. So how it will be happening? So there will be a few things like interpreter, okay, compiler. So these are the things which works. Okay, so if it is a Java, there is a JIT. Okay, so it is JIT is having the full form of Java Interpreted. JIT is something else. Wait, yeah, JIT is there, and also like we are having in Python also we are having this PIT and all. So I'll give you the information on that part. So we are having a lot of such keywords. Okay, we will not discuss it now. Just let it be simple. So we are having such keywords which with which we understand like what exactly is happening. So their conversion of the languages is happening basically. So when we are writing in any languages, so that is getting converted to the machine level languages, so that a machine can understand. And whenever any output is coming up, so again this value will be getting converted to something meaningful so that we can understand. Okay, so that is the thing how computer works. So let's go back. So here, when we say it's a high level language, that means we do not have to work in binary codes. Okay, so we are not coding in that way. So if I give an example, so it's like an embedded C is there, in which we code in 0 and 1. That is directly going to a I mean, there is a chip called sorry, I have missed the name. There is a chip in actually in robotics and all. So we are coding in that chip directly, and then the functional is happens. Okay, so that is actually a low level language, which is also known as machine language. Okay, so that was the thing. Python is not that. Python is a high level language, so everything will be there which can convert and give us the converted values as an output. Another part is interpreted. Okay, so when we say interpreted, you I think you now you are understand, right? It is interpreting the languages, that it is converting the languages basically. Okay, so Python is a high level interpreted programming language known for its simplicity and readability. Okay, so how it is different from other languages? So it is having a the structure is very simple and it is very easy to read. So that's why the readability factor is more for Python language. It is widely used for web development, data analysis, artificial intelligence, scientific computing, automation, and more. So these are the few sectors which is are providing a very good, I mean, offers in terms of if you say salary and all, compensation and all. So we are going to we can hit a very good compensation if we try these fields with Python, because there are like if we talk about artificial intelligence, it's more and more and all about Python only. So all the things are happening there in Python because of the libraries that Python provides. So there are a lot of supports if we are going for an artificial intelligence thing. So there it supports a lot. So that's why Python is having a huge dominance on AI field. When it comes to automation, so automation, what it happens, Ria, is like uh, if the development of the product is happening in Python, na, the client wants the testing side also get inclined with the same language. or the same platform. So that's why they are expecting a QA employee to work to come and work on the Python part with the tools like Selenium, Playwright, okay, Cypress. So there are Cypress. I don't understand. I mean, take or not, but Playwright and Selenium is there, which supports Python. Okay, so with Python, we can use these tools to start the automation, and we can proceed with the testing automation side. Okay, till now I have given you a lot of information. Please let me know if everything is going good or if you guys are having any doubts. Just confirm me once.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I have provided you few history and evolutions of Python also. If you are interested, you guys can just read it. There is nothing that I can tell on this part. Okay, so you can read and you can let me know if there is any question. Just read it, go through it. Let me know once done.
Yes.
Cool. So it's fine. We can go ahead, or any question?
Uh, Not much, but I understood the content.
Content you
Okay.
understood, right?
Yeah.
Keywords you might not have understood, like
Uh,
what is comprehensions, what is garbage collection,
yeah.
what is unique code, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like improvements in text semantics, right? So
Uh,
this is fine, don't worry, we will be covering each and everything. But this is not a place to cover them, so just read the history, and when the topic will come, I will just explain that.
yeah. Sure.
Cool. So now it comes to key features. So basically, see why Python is very much popular, getting popularities and a lot of market dominance happening here today. So first part is that this is a successor of ABC language with the intention of being easy to read and fun to use. Okay, so this is a very major part why it is taking a lot of market dominance. So when we come to the key features, the first feature is simplicity. Python is very simple, simple to learn, simple to code, okay, simple to write, and simple to use. So there are not any much complexities in comparison to other languages that we are having in market. Okay, so if we talk about C, if we talk about C++, if we talk about Java, if we talk about other languages, so here a lot of syntaxes are there. Even in C, you can see like oops are not there, like object oriented is not there. It is completely procedure oriented. So if we have to do certain things, so there are set of rules we have to follow. There are set of ways we have to follow. Okay, so that is called process oriented thing. And in C++, oops was implemented, but again not in a very good way. So when it comes to Java, we are having oops, but it is again not completely like a pure oops object oriented programming language, but we are having it. What is object oriented? So object oriented is like we know what we have to do, and the way can be decided in a shortest way or in a most efficient and simple way. So that is called as object oriented. So we are focusing on the object part, how to achieve our object, rather than focusing on the process part, how to achieve that project. Okay, understood? So there is like we are having a target, we have to achieve it. If we are following the process, each and every process, so that is called process oriented. That is like we are having, if the language is providing you process oriented, so we have to follow that. Whereas object oriented is like we are having an object and we are trying to uh, uh, means get that object, okay, in several ways, which can be like there are shortcuts which like we are reusing the already scripted code. Okay, so there are a lot of such concepts in object oriented which we follow, and we achieve that. So that is called oops concept. So here, when it comes to simplicity, we are having oops, which makes it simple. Even we are not having any that much, syntax-wise complexities that we are having in other languages. So that's why Python becomes very simple. Okay. Now, the readability part. Python emphasizes readability with clear and straightforward code structure. Okay, so we are having a very good readability structure in Python, which we if we compare with other languages we do not have. Okay, so there we intentionally have to create that kind of thing. If we talk in other languages, but here it's not like it's mandatory. So even if you want to change it, it will give you error. So you have to follow that, and that's why it become a very readable code structure, and being it simple, so writing that is not a big deal. Okay, so that becomes very easy. The
Uh,
use of indent. Yeah.
Sorry. What
Yeah,
are the
yes.
other similar programs that compensates with the Python? Because as you mentioned, this is so simple and easy to understand
Hmm.
for the processing of the
Yeah,
program.
see,
So
yeah,
why is it not
see.
used in all the platforms?
No, we cannot use it because see, there are different things. Some places we want that specific things which is not which Python is not providing. Okay, so
Okay.
when we talk about cell scripting, so there we are having like if you talk about the DevOps part which your wife is doing, so you can ask her like what are the various languages that you use. So she will be using scripting part. Okay, scripting languages. Python is also a scripting language, but Python is used less comparative to others like cells and all others. So there are different fields where different libraries and different supports are required, which Python is unable to provide. Like Python is very good; it is dominating in several sectors, but it is not providing all kind of solutions. When we talk about simplicity and readability and versatility, so it when we are achieving these part, we are actually compromising. There are many other factors also, right? So we are compromising on those part. So when it comes to speed and all, Python is a little comes on lower side. We cannot achieve the high speed with Python. Okay, so that those are the few problems because of which we cannot include Python in each and every sectors. Okay, so there are so many languages like there are Perl, there are Ruby, there are C, even currently also few companies like okay, I'll tell you the name. So those companies are still using those languages because of the complexities that it have. When it comes to cybersecurity, we cannot go with a lot of I mean easy things, right? When the things are easy, it is easy to crack also.
Mhm.
Understood?
Yeah.
So those are factors. There are many such factors because of which Python is not present in all other sectors. But we are having it a high dominance in when it comes to artificial intelligence. When we talk about simplicity, it is simple for a model to understand, to create a model, and to even train a model, right? So those are the things why Python is becoming popular. Even like as Ria is doing QA, right? So in testing, we do not have to do a lot of things. So when it comes to easiness, okay, simplicity, so that is making our work easy to script in Python. Understood?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's why again it is getting preferred. So those are the things why it is getting preferred in a lot of sectors, but we cannot just rely in one language, and we do not need to also if we see from the career point of view, because you will be working in any one sector. You do not have to be there in all others. You cannot do that. It's a very vast fields. So you have to focus in one side, so you can just go with one language. One language is enough, although like I know four languages. So if I talk about JavaScript also, I like it also a lot. Okay, so there are a lot of lines of codes which when I go with JavaScript, I can script in maximum 1 to 2 lines. Okay, so the same thing we can achieve in Python as well. So those are good only, but again you do not have to be a master of all. So that's the thing. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go for the next part. So I was here. Okay, so see, the next line is the use of indentation to define code blocks enhances the readability and maintainability of code. So what is the indentation part? Okay, so let me go to the notepad. So here, when we talk now, so see, we are writing this A B C D. So this is we have started from some point, right? So indentation means here we will not be starting if see there are packages, there are like blocks and all. So if there is a class, okay, inside which we are putting things. So let's take an example of house. So house is a class inside which rooms are there and people are there. Okay, so similarly, if we say this is a class, okay, so to make the programming language understand, we will not be writing anything here. If we are writing here, that means another class, I mean on the same level. Okay, so when we put a tab, just a second, when we press a tab, that means 5 spaces. Now whatever we will be providing, okay, d f g, whatever we will be providing, that comes under abcd, and this is called indentation. This gap is called indentation. So again, if we have to write something inside this DEFG, we will be again going inside it in a similar fashion. Okay, like with the 5 spaces, which is a tab, and then we can go with whatever we want to write here. If we want to define something on same level, we will not make the gap in a similar fashion. Okay, so like you can see, H and J is now having no gaps from the starting point, right? Just from the starting point. Able to understand?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So these both are on same level. That means first this line will get executed and another this line will get. Okay, this line will get executed second time. Okay, but when we talk about this, so here first ABCD will get executed. Okay, then it will go inside ABCD, then it will execute this one 2ST. And then it will go inside and then it will execute these two. And if there are few things, let me tell like this. If you are, if DFG is there, okay, DDFG. So if it is like this, so first if let's say here is some condition, okay, what we are checking, condition we are checking here. Okay, so what will happen, so this, if this condition meets, okay, if this condition meets means if this condition satisfied, okay, then the code will go inside and it will execute these two. If not, then it will not go inside and it will come to here in this line. Why? Because they both are on same level, and then it will work here. Okay, so this is called indentation. See, the readability is there, we can understand inside abcd there is defg, there is inside defg we are having hhh. Okay, so this is the readability that we are having in python. And don't worry about these things, you do not have to understand each and everything, you just have to understand indentation. Okay, when we go on the practical part, I will let you guys do a lot of programming, so these will become very handy to you. You do not have to worry on this part. You just have to understand what indentation means. So for that I am giving this example. Cool? Cool or any doubt?
Yeah,
Rama,
fine. Yeah. Okay.
fine now? Indentation you understood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about other parts, we will be taking that in coming time. So now the third part, why, what is the best features Python provides? So that is versatility. Okay, so Python is a general purpose language that can be used for a wide range of applications, from web development and automation to data science and artificial intelligence. So these are the sectors where Python is used a lot. Okay, so its extensive standard library and numerous third-party packages make it powerful tool for various domains. So your question, why we cannot use it everywhere? Because we do not have that support. It is not providing that kind of solutions. So that's why we cannot use it everywhere. Okay, but we can use it to these fields. Even there are multiple fields more. I mean, I just put it few fields here. These fields, it is dominating like anything. Like if you talk to any of the AI or ML guy, okay, that though that person will be I mean mostly be scripting in Python only. Okay, when it comes to QA, there are lots and lots of jobs with Python, but in QA we have, I mean the person have to do a lot from other languages also, like Java is having a lot of dominance still. JavaScript is now having a lot of dominance because of a new tool introduced, Playwright. Okay, so those things are there, but even with that, Python is having a good amount of dominance in the market. Okay, so these are the three key features. Let's go ahead if you don't have any questions. So see, what are the futures of Python? So these are the topics given to me to cover. Although like I do not generally used to have these topics, but because they have included in their syllabus, so I have to take it. So we will just go through it. It's not having much things to explain, but you guys can read it and let me know if there is any question. I'll answer you that. So read it once. Just read it.
So all these four categories are belonging to a different sector and interests of the.
Correct, correct. So it's actually I have provided you what are the futures of Python. If you know Python, what are the different fields you can go and work. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
not only this.
is
Yeah.
that mean like the person who's interested in growth in AI and machine learning may not be interested in web development? So it means that's a
Yeah.
different system. I
Correct,
mean, that's
correct.
a different interest, and this is a different
Correct,
interest.
correct, correct. See, web development is like designing, creating a web application.
So
Okay.
actually, my interest is on machine learning, and I got to know machine learning with Python will be a better thing
Yeah,
for me. So
yeah,
rather jumping directly into machine learning with Python, I really wanted to learn Python first and then go into the machine learning next.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. But I see this course is completely on Python only. So
Correct.
this is just an information you can read.
Mm.
Okay, we are not going inside any of these.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we are on a very high level, so we will be just learning the Python. After that, you can decide. You can even let me know or let the person through whom you came in this course, so we can go ahead with the another courses.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing is, my question is like that the Python that we are going to learn here, you mean to say is also connected to all these four areas. That's what.
Yes, yes. Not only four, there are eight.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so it's like see, this is the future of Python. Python is a language. Okay, with if you know this language, there are endless opportunities. There are endless future. So if you know Python, you should be knowing that what else you can do or what else is going to come in future, which you can opt for. Okay, so let me little explain this. So the first one is continued popularity. So uh, like the stock markets and all. Like, okay, so just giving an example. So we are having increment in graphs, right? So the continued popularity or the continued increment is something that makes us understand that how good that product is doing or the company is doing, right? So similar way, in the Python also, we are seeing a continuous popularity keeps on growing day by day. Why? Because of these three factors: simplicity, readability, and versatility. Okay, so this is the one point that even in future, it's not just like it's not going to end. It's not going that you are. It's going to be making you unfit or old or like unwanted in the market. If you know Python, you will be in demand even in the future. So that is the understanding which this slide is giving to you. I mean, giving to us. Getting my point? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a term called outdated. Okay. In IT, it's very common. So what happens is like as Ria mentioned now, why she wants to come to automation. Okay, because manual is not treated in a similar fashion that an automation person is. So an automation person is getting a very good compensation with a very good life balance, whereas the manual tester or in the manual terminologies, we have to do a lot of efforts from our side. Okay, so that is the one thing. So why we have to switch to the upcoming technology. So if you know Python, if say in future there is something that is getting continuous growth and all, you can even switch to them once you know the Python. So that is the thing.
Yeah.
Cool, na? Okay. So just read it, just for the knowledge, like what else things are there. So if you are like interested in AI and machine learning, so it is like Python dominance in AI, machine learning, and data science. Okay, these three things are there, which comes together when we talk about AI ML. Hmm? So we deal with artificial intelligence, we deal with machine learning, and we deal with data science. Is expected to grow further. With frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and libraries such as NumPy and Pandas, Python remains to go-to languages for these domains. Okay, so these are the few libraries or few frameworks that you will be using when you will be working with AI or ML models. Hmm? Now, when it comes to web development, so we are having Django and Flask as a framework. Okay, which none of you are going to pursue, but just for knowledge, just read it once. Developer building scalable and secure web application, their ease of use will further push Python into a web development. Okay. Another part is automation and scripting, RIA's part. So Python role in scripting and automation for DevOps, testing, and system administration is only likely to expand as organization continues to embrace automation. So as I said earlier also, Ria, why we are asked to code in Python? Because the development is happening in Python. So client want us also to pitch into Python. Okay. Us means QA guys. Okay. So that is happening. Why there is a demand of Python in testing as well. In testing, we when it comes to framework, so we are having PyTest framework, which can be implemented with BTD Cucumber as well. Hmm? And then with Python programming, we will be scripting by using the tool called Selenium in that. So there will be a integration of four things. One will be PyTest, another will be BTD Cucumber, third will be Selenium, another, and the last will be Python. So these four integration we will be having. We go for another things also depending on the requirements. Okay, understood. And also this BTD Cucumber is not mandatory. It only comes into picture when client asks to make it simple to understand to them. Okay. Until that, like for a developer, it is a bit more of work only. Hmm? Okay. So can we go to next slide?
Actually, you are saying it's not mandatory, but everywhere, wherever we are going, they're asking like a hands-on experience on the
BTD
frameworks and
Cucumber.
oh yeah,
Don't worry. Don't
BTP or
worry.
any other framework. So
Hmm.
yeah, my doubt is now I am actually if I join this course, but if I go to interview, they will ask like my hands-on experience, but I don't have. So how can I show that?
See, I'll suggest you few of the live projects, okay,
Mm.
which you can try with these tools. So once you will be doing all these now, you will get the hands-on. And once you have done the hands-on, you do not have to worry on those part. You will be creating it, okay.
Yeah, okay. So we can say these projects in a company for the interview.
You can say, and on the interview part, I'll guide you. Don't worry. Hmm? See, the market is not all about honesty and truth. Okay. There is one
Mm.
thing that you should be strong in your fundamentals. If you're strong, you just tell the market will believe and they will ask questions. You will be having the answers. I'll train you on that. So that will be not going to be any problem. Hmm? So you guys have read this, right? These 4 points, future of Python.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's read this again. 4 points. Those are like performance enhancements, IoT and embedded systems, cross-platform development, concurrency, and async. You can leave this IoT thing. Okay, that is not required. Even that cross-platform development you can leave. These 2 point, just read it once. This is important. Let me know once completed.
Oh, which role too?
First, performance enhancement, and this concurrency and async. Okay, so what it is telling is like there are certain things which were initially like traditionally handled by programming language like C++ and Java. Now there is an enhancement happened in Python, and with that enhancement, what is the tool name? PyPy. Okay, and with that enhancement, it is like it is very much performing better in comparison to these two. Okay, so when you are using PyPy, we can achieve the same thing in a very good way. I mean, the same objective in a very systematic, or you can say like in a very easy and standard way. So that is actually happening. And the another fourth point is concurrency and async. Okay, so there are improvements keeps on happening, no? So the recent improvements in async programming will continue to make it better choice for high performance networking applications and concurrency. And what is async? So don't worry, these are the keywords I will be explaining in coming time. So there are async is a short form of asynchronous. Okay. So there are two keywords, synchronous and asynchronous. So we will be focusing on discussing on that if required. Okay, so can we go ahead?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll suggest you guys can keep on maintaining some notes sidewise. Okay, just keep writing the keywords that will help you to connect with the previous lectures. Like this is the first lecture now, so if we are completing fourth, fifth and sixth, so those keyword will help you to connect. Okay, this keyword came there, okay, this means that, this means this. Okay, so that will help you. Okay, now these are the two slides left. Why we have chosen Python 3? Okay, why we have not gone with Python 2? So there is a comparison happen with Python 2 here in these two slides. I hope this is not a lot of material for the first day, or if it is, please let me know. We can start from here in the next class.
No, not much. Because for
Not
me,
much.
everything seems script because I don't have any kind of knowledge on what the
But
word is coming here, but I could able to
mm-hmm.
understand how it is going on.
Yeah, yeah. Just see the keywords. You will understand when we will be using it now. When we'll be first going into the Python, we have not yet gone. So we are just taking the overview of Python. So take it very easy. Just for information purpose, we are taking this class. Okay. So although like Rama, this part you might not understand fully. Okay, because of not have the relative experience. No? So this part, just read it, or if you want, I can explain. Or we can even leave it. Like just understand this why we have gone for Python 3. The first part, the Python 3 is offering us better performance and efficiency. So Python 3 offers various performance improvements over Python 2, including more efficient memory handling and faster execution for many operations. So what was happening initially now? So Python is already having a very good memory handling. I'll give you the examples of that. Okay, when we go for the programming questions, so there are very good ways. So it is not wasting memory without any use. Okay, unless and until we have specified it to create a new data. So if the same data we want, so it will be just taking or connecting the same data, because data, see, whatever details or data we need, we keep it somewhere. That is called memory, or that is called storage. Okay, so storage is very the important part in IT field, in software field. Why? Because more the storage will be, we need more, stronger hardware to handle that, and the process will be slower. So like if I give an example, so initially we used easy phones, right? The phones like we are having lower configuration, 2 GB RAM, 1 GB RAM, and that time we, when we are clicking pictures and all, those used to comes in KB. But now when the pictures quality is improved, now if we clicking picture, it is coming 4 MB, 5 MB. We need better hardware, so we are having 8 GB RAMs, 4 GB RAM, 6 GB RAMs in our phones. Why we need more RAMs? Just to handle those kind of storage capacity, those kind of heavy memory data components. Okay, so that's why we need better hardware, and to process better processor as well, to process it faster. So that was the thing why we need more better handling things. So this is very crucial part, very important part to understand in software field, that the data handling, the memory handling should be very efficient, and Python provides at that. Okay, so there is a term came as garbage collector. Do you remember in the previous slides?
Yeah.
Remember what is that garbage collector? Garbage collector is this only, cleaning the memories which is having no references left connected. Okay, so means if we are putting something at some place, that will be having an address, and that will be connected to some of the reference. So if it happens like when there are no reference left, okay, because we have provided a new value to that part, okay, to that function. If you provided new value, the older value will be of no use, right? But if it will be still there, it will be taking memories. So that garbage collector is something that will take all those and clean it, and by doing it, it is making our program, our hardwares and the storage more efficient to reach. Okay, so like that, it is very important. So because of this performance and efficiency, we have chosen to go with Python 3. So nowadays people are working with Python 3 and the exact version that they are focusing in their projects. Another is like there are certain advancement happened. Okay, so those I have mentioned here. So like here you can see improved syntax and readability. So readability is improved. Initially it was written in Python 2, it is written like print hello inside a parenthesis, but now it is written as print and then hello. So that is a part happened on the part of readability, the changes happened. Another is like there are many new modern libraries support came for Python 3, like PyTorch and Fast API, and these libraries will not support Python 2. Okay, remember Python, in Python version specific things, it is a very version specific. So it is not like if you are having Python 3 you will be able to use the concepts of Python 2 or something, some of the framework which is developed on Python 2, so it will be not there. So that is the thing, if we are having Python 3 we cannot go and use Python 2 for PyTorch or Fast API. So that was the one part. So that's it, I guess. See, there is one more concept like future proof. Okay, so when we are choosing Python 3, that ensures us that most current and future proof version is Python 3, as Python 2 is not going to be get updated. Okay, so Python 2 developed and it is like that only. Whatever enhancement is coming up, that is coming up in Python 3. Maybe in future we will be have, we can have Python 4, 5, 6. Okay, but till that Python 2 is of no use, so no longer updated. So we rather to go with Python 2, we can simply go with Python 3. That is called like a future proof concepts for like why we are going with Python 3. Okay, do you want me to explain the fourth point, last point? If it is not becoming too much, then just tell me, I'll explain this. So there is an enhancement happened in integer division. What was the thing now? Initially, see there are different data types. Okay, I'm just giving. We will teach when the things will come. So this is called as data type. What is the type of data? So that is called data type. So there are types like we are having integers, we are having float, okay, we are having boolean. Boolean means true or false. So these are the kind of data type. So initially in Python now we do not have float keyword. So when we are dividing 5 with 2, we are getting the output as 2. So it is automatically converting it in integer only, the nearest one. Okay, so that is the issue happening with Python 2, which they fixed in Python 3. They have introduced the float thing, and now we are getting the things like this one, true division. Okay, like 5 divided by 2 we will be getting at 2.5, and this is 2.5 is called floating values. Okay, any decimal values will be called as floating values, and integer values will be just the number. So that different thing, that enhancement they have done in Python 3. Even like if I share my my experience. So I was working in Python 2 and these changes happened, I was not knowing. Okay, and then I was getting floating values and I was so confused like why this is happening. Okay, so that happened actually. So we have to keep on reading the documents and the upgrades that is coming in market, so that we keep ourselves updated with the market. So that's all for our first session. I just hope you guys have utilized, enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have one final question.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Rama. Yes,
can I get a small statement on what is a framework means?
sure. See, uh, just a second. Yeah. See, framework. When we say the framework now, so see, we know the language, right? We have tools, we can directly go and work on it. Hmm? So what will happen when a team is working, so everyone can have their way of working, right? Their way of scripting code and all. So what will happen, this will make a lot of chaos, a lot of understanding issues. Okay, because their way is different, my way is different, other guy will be having a different way. So what we do, we create a framework. In framework we put certain understanding, we put certain kind of standards. Okay, we we put certain kinds of flows, that we will be using this standard, we will be using this flow of the entire code scripting and all, and those things happens, so that it becomes common to all of us, and a team can work and contribute from their side. So still, I mean, there comes up little differences, but what we do before merging the code in our parent code, okay, so whatever the code we have, we all have worked now, if someone new comes and they are providing their inputs, so we first checks their code, we provide them that this is the standard we are following, and they make the changes, and then we actually merging the code with our parent code. So this way what happens, all the people in a team stays on same page, so less confusion, less issues in maintaining the code, and all people works with a similar understanding and similar way, like the sync happened. So for those reasons we create framework. Even if, like, see, one uh, problem I'm stating, like a person is working in a company and that person leave the company, okay, or let's say all people who were working for that project, they all left. If everyone will contribute from their side in their own way, the new people who will come, how difficult it will be to understand those thousand lines of code, right? It will become very difficult, right? So that's why we follow standards in our organizations, in various organizations, that we create a framework and then we contribute from our side.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, so that's why Ria is getting asked, do you have an experience of creating framework? So creating framework is something that is a next level thing. Okay, so you have the knowledge of tool, you have the knowledge of programming language, but if you do not have the knowledge of creating framework, that means with a certain experience, like 5 years Ria is happening had na. So now, like sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, till 10 years, a person can go on a leadership role, on a lead role. So in these, if a person don't know how to create a framework, then a person cannot lead, right? So that is the thing, and with the 5 year package is also getting increased, so that's why they are I mean, they are wanting more from the candidate. So these are the market demands. So that's why Ria is continuously getting asked, like, have you created a framework or not? So that's the thing. Hmm? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so these are the syllabus. Okay, so whatever is available here, we will be going to discuss them. And see, there are lots of libraries, we do not need to know each and everything. It will become a lot of information to you to
Means
process.
these libraries, they are asking like these libraries will be used in the framework.
Ha, they will be used, I will be telling those things to you, don't worry. And it's not just
Yeah.
like if you are using numpy, numpy is the only option. No, there are certain other libraries also, we can do one thing with several other ways. Hmm?
Mm.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Selenium topics are there, Rama, I don't know if you are interested in them. So we can close this here. I mean, with Python only for you. If you want, we can go ahead with these as well, these topics as well. Hmm?